I was getting ready to start a new carving, and I pulled out this V-Gouge, and there's a big chip in it. So I guess I gotta try to get this to work first before I can start carving. So what I've got to do first, and I've never done this before, but watching some videos on how to do this, what I got to do is got to square it off down to that deepest point in there first, and then regrind this part so this comes back. Here's my sharpening station. I modeled it after a video I saw by Joe Dillette on, I think his channel is called The Carving Workshop. I'll leave a link in the description for how he uses this for his knife sharpening business. But I've got just a drill here, and I've got it attached to power here. I've got a U-shaped bolt here. With this wing nut here, I can change the speed of the drill. And then I've got a buffing wheel on the end, and also a MDF wheel here for honing. I'll probably end up doing a lot by hand as well. Got some water here because I don't want this to overheat, and I should really have a rest on here so that I can get this completely solid, so I think I'm going to do that first. Okay, so I just screwed this piece of 3/4 inch plywood in, and I made sure that it was 90 degrees to the stone here. This is a coarse stone, and that should allow me to get a nice consistent 90 degrees on that. Tried to get it about in the center. I can maybe go down a little bit, but I think it will be fine here. So we'll at least start with that. Again, I got my water ready to go, and here we go. Okay, so there's what it looks like now. Of course, there's no way I can carve with it right now because it's just thick metal. Now I'm going to try and get that angle to come back a little bit more, maybe to about where my fingernail is right there. So again, I can use this rest. I'm just going to put my finger down here to hold it in the same spot every time, and then I can just do kind of a sweeping action here like this. So it should be fairly consistent. So that's what it looks like now. Notice how I got a nice long sweep on that. Not sweep, but angle from the V, the bottom of that V, back about, it's maybe 3/8 of an inch or so. So now I can start working on sharpening it. So I'm going to use this again, and I'm just going to pay attention to the thickness of the steel here, and I want it to be the same on both sides and gradually come down to almost nothing at the very tip. So that's what it looks like right now. So now I'm at the 4000 grit. I'm really doing more polishing now than shaping at this stage. So trying to get it so it's all nice and smooth. Yeah, I should really have a container for this for the water, but I don't. On my to-do list. So a V-chisel is a little bit harder to sharpen than other gouges, simply because basically you've got three surfaces. You've got straight on this side, straight on this side, and then this rounded part. And it's really hard to get it all even. So instead of going to the 4000 stone, what I'll do is I've got these little soapstones. Chris Pye, who's a British wood carver, really awesome. He suggests using these, so I bought them and I bought some, and they need some oil, and it allows me to get on the inside, get rid of that burr on the inside, and then I will hold it like this, and I'll actually move the stone and polish that end, and I can get a very consistent angle on there. So before I can cut, I want to strap this. Just a piece of leather on a board. Alright, so here's a piece of butternut. Kind of moderately hardwood, so it'll be good to test right on here. Going a cross grain. Very little tear out. So a little bit on this left side has a little bit of tear out. Oh, much better. Ooh, that's much better. So I strapped it one more time off camera, and this is a piece of cherry now, and this is cutting very nicely. Cherry is a harder wood. That is very good. I can live with that. Yeah, that's working very nicely now. So there we go. Now I can get on to carving. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the support.